All right, folks, we're back as Portugal. In between episodes, I've let a few years tick. Nothing important really has happened, just in order to do some administrative stuff. Main things that I've done on my end, I've added a bunch of stuff to trade companies and built the trade company buildings that give additional manpower. In order to drive up our force, not our force limit, but our manpower limit, because what we really want to do here is we want to, at this point, to finish our mission tree, we've just got to eat Spain. And the main thing that could stop us from doing that is if we get attacked by a big coalition or alliance block of France and the Ottomans. That's really the only threat to us. And so in between episodes, the other thing I've done is I picked up some alliances. I allied Canada, I allied Scandinavia, and I allied the Commonwealth, which are three fairly large nations that are not likely to get in big wars, and they're all pretty much allied to each other. So Scandinavia is allied to me and the Commonwealth, Commonwealth to Scandinavia and me to both of them. So if you attack any one of the three of us, you've got to fight all three of us. And then if you attack me or Scandinavia, you have to bring in Canada, and nobody's going to attack Canada because nobody can attack them over here. They're off here in the middle all by themselves. And so this is a great place. Great place to have as an ally. They're not as strong as some of the others, but they're large and they might help us against Florida. The other thing I have begun doing is I am shifting, I've brought the last of the troops that were over in Indonesia and I'm bringing them back this way because I would like to get them in position over here so that they'll be ready for any major European wars. And I need to get the Marines in position over in Indonesia just to handle that situation. So that's the idea. The Pope wants some money. And so I'm also training up more Marines just to reinforce those stacks over there. Timbuktu apparently hates me. I'd like to harsh treatment Malacca, but I need more military power before I can do that, so we're going to have to probably fight that one out. All right, so that fleet has made it. And we're going to send it back over here to pick up the Marines, which are continually building more, and then they'll go over and deal with the military situation. The other thing we need to do is we do not really want to be allied with Aden anymore. And so we've got what we wanted. We're very clever with our favors. And so now we just need to unwind this alliance here. So let us dissolve the alliance. We don't need that. I think we still have military access, so we need to revoke military access. And then we will be done, and that will be one less relationship that's being used. A lot of times in the late game, you end up in this weird sort of, it turns into more of like a great powers diplomacy game a little bit. They've canceled access. Okay, great. Thanks, Aden. There we still have it. It's still claiming we have military access with them, though I thought they revoked it. Ah, there it is. Confirm. And this will fix itself once Oman is annexed, I believe. All right, let us see how many troops are building here. So this will get them up to 10. So we should build more Marines behind it. There we go. Keep it going. We have gotten enough to enact a government reform. So legitimization of power. We do not want aggressive expansion impact, because that will make it more likely that someone will join a coalition. This gives us years of separatism and unrest. This gives something for parliament, which we don't need. That's not, most of those modifiers are not useful. This gives us Liberty Desire, Harsh Treatment, and Rebel Suppression. In between episodes, I did give one of my vassals, one of my colonial vassals, you can do a subject interaction, which is decrease Mexico's Liberty Desire by 10%. So I don't think that's really a problem anymore. And this one gives us no more problems with heretic and heathen provinces and unrest, but that's not really an issue either. So I guess this one with national unrest, state influence, and years of separatism will be helpful because we are going to be conquering a lot of land. So that is beneficial to us. All right, let us deal with the Moluccans, because they are going to be the most annoying to fight. The ones back on the mainland are not as big a deal. We also, we can do that, but the Nizwa Fortress, there's a special monument here, which I will do, but developing it gives you manpower development here, and so we want to wait until we've annexed our vassal before we take that, but the San Antonio missions we will upgrade for them. Because doing so will give them tax modifier and unrest and settlers and missionaries, and so it's not too bad. Portugal, yeah, Ottomans have rivaled us, no surprise there. What is this? All right, first let's deal with this. That's fine. Okay. Nation of Ethiopia, they're crusading against Sokoto. Where is this war at? Who are you fighting? Can't even see who this war is against. Ah. Oh my. I mean, sure. Because we really need Ethiopia. If Ethiopia is going to stay an ally, they need to get stronger, because right now they are way too weak. We'll participate, I guess. We'll help Ethiopia. Let's send troops this way. I don't think we should need automatic transport, do we? Who's blockading us? We should be able to cross. Who could possibly be blockading me? Oh, oh, I can't cross anymore. That's funny. That's funny. I'm so used to it. I had military access to Spain for so long that I had sort of forgotten that I need this province in order to walk across. All right, so we will need that. All right, we will attach, and we'll just ferry the army as much as we can across. Then we will come back. All right, we will just have to deal with it the old-fashioned way. Then we'll have to march in here. It's very annoying that they're sieging my stuff down here, but we will deal with it. All right, the fleet is in position. Let's move these guys across. We need to wait. They're being very annoying. Let us bring Who are we at war with? Shanghai. All right, let's march over to here. This is one of those obnoxious wars that's made me think about whether Ethiopia really should be our ally or not. But I know that if I'm not allied to them, the Ottomans will just absolutely devour them. So it's one of those things where it's like, I almost have to stay with them, because if I don't, then the Ottomans are going to become a really big problem. And it looks like Ethiopia has this under control, so we've maxed that out. So one of the things to question right now is, should I change idea groups, especially since I'm maxed out? Because one of the things that is not super useful, honestly, we've got exploration, but there's nothing to explore anymore, other than like a little bit here in Africa and like part of Russia. The whole map's shown. And so we don't really need naval attrition, conquistadors, explorers, doesn't matter. Colonists, we've got plenty of colonists. Colonial range, there's nothing to colonize. Settler increase, plenty to colonize. Trade company investments, we've already done, so it's not a big deal. This is settler chance, but we've already got that. Global empire gives us treasure fleet, which is nice, extra treasure, and the naval force limit modifier, but we've got tons of ships. And this gives us the ability to fabricate in colonial regions. But we're not really doing wars in the colonial regions anyways, because everything over there is owned by England and France and by Spain, and we're fighting Spain directly. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump this. We're going to dump that. And we're going to pick up another idea group. Diplo is what we're maxed out on right now. So we will take a Diplo idea group at this point. I will probably take trade is what I'm thinking. I could take an admin. Innovation is really strong, but I think what we're going to take right now is trade ideas, because I think that would be much more beneficial to us than whatever limited exploring ability that we had before. And what we've got is Diplo. Diplo is what we're maxed out on. So trade, I think, is going to be the next idea group that will be much more beneficial to us. And we will immediately take global trade power, extra merchant. There we go. All right, we will work on that. We can take a new government reform, because apparently we have broken one of them, because we no longer can take the exile, which gives us settler stuff. Council of the Indies gives us global trade power, treasure fleet, and reduced liberty desire on other continents. That one's not too bad. Representatives of the Crown gives us diplo relation, vassal force limit, and monarch power tribute from tributaries. Regional councils. It's okay. Centralized bureaucracy. Not really useful. Not really useful. Not really useful. Not really useful. So I'm thinking that this one's going to be the one to take, because, which we talked about coming back and doing before anyways, because we don't really need to, this was sort of the settle and expand one, but we don't need that anymore. Now what might be useful is give more trade power, more treasure fleet, which replaces what we had from exploration to begin with, and decrease liberty desire to keep them in line. The only other option would be if we needed more diplo relations, but I think we're okay, because I think we're going to come under the limit here in just a little bit. And this will give us vassal force limit contribution, which might actually raise our force limit by quite a bit. So we will take, I think this is going to be the one, the trade power, the fleet, and the liberty desire is probably the one to go with. I think we're going to take Council of the Indies. There we go. We'll reinstate that, which will give us, it's more trade and income focused, basically. I think we'll take that. All right, where are we at here? They've got some pretty large army stacks over here. I'm waiting for these boats to finish. In the meantime, I guess we will march our army this way. We need to put some merchants in place again. Call the diplomat from Venice. And we'll put them there. This is why we need that extra fleet. Alright, we should prepare ourselves. There's going to be a revolt. Let's get a general. An extra one anyways. Let's march some of these into regions where there are likely to be revolts. Alright, they're sieging up, but now we're in position. We'll just wait for our other army to come in. This is Sokoto. Sokoto is on Miltech 21, so they are on par with us, so we need to take them seriously. We will step into the way of their reinforcements. There we go. Where are they going? There they are. We were already standing on top of them, so they stand no chance. Goodbye. Now we will march south right through all their reinforced stacks that are trying to come this way. Looks like some of my... Ooh, what's happening here? All right. Think we've got what we need, so we will attach. And let's migrate these folks over here. They are still at war. Who's this war actually against? It's against Flanders and Austria. So like they're trying to eat north this way, which is good because we don't want them to come south into Spain. Here they come. As soon as this is sieged, we'll move back. To drive them back away from me. I'd like to clear this army out so then I can proceed south. Looks like, fortunately, this next war with Spain is also going to be easy because Spain is basically being full siege again. Alright, where is this last boat? Let's come down to somewhere where we are within our supply limit, so we are not unnecessarily taking attrition. Looks like we can add a few more. Okay. This army is too large to be standing here. Pause for just a second. So what we will do is we will split this army in half. We'll send the other half of it here, and we will train up 2 Marines to finish out our Marine force limit to reinforce it so that we know we have enough here. It appeared, let's go over to this one. This one has popped up. Let's go crush this. The other thing it would appear, we probably, if we can find somewhere that's got a good province, there's not really any good mountains. Once we get a mountain, we'll build another fort over here. The other thing we should probably do is we have enough force limit to build more, so we will. Let's create an army template. We're going to build out one with 10 infantry. Actually, we'll make this the front of the army. So we'll do 28, and then I throw in a few cavalry. And we'll call this, the template will be the front line. Save. And then we will train a frontline stack. We will train a frontline stack here. There we go. Yes, we'll go over our force limit, but probably by the time this is over, we'll be back under our force limit anyway, so it'll be fine. All right, now let's go south, because apparently we've scared them off. And we will use this fleet here to train up another group. We'll need the same thing for boats, where we'll just call this the transport stack. And we will add, there we go. Let's build another transport stack, so that then we'll be able to have 2 stacks, one in the down in the south and one here. One that's for transporting folks around over here in the Caribbean, or the Caribbean, in Asia, and another one that is for down up here to transport people around the mainland. The other reason I keep training more and more troops into the field is that the more troops we have in the field and the higher our manpower is, the less likely we are to get attacked by an enemy, because they are not going to want to tango with us. We've improved with Venice, we're improving with Canada. How are our relations? Those are still really high. Commonwealth loves us, so there's not really anything to do with that. Let's put one of our diplomats back on our subjects. And we'll put one on our allies. There we go, and that'll be kind of their ongoing job. Looks like my colonies are attempting to handle the situation. What I will probably do is I will separate the cannons. We will group the fleet. We'll attach the cannons. Bring them down here. Put them together, and then we will split. Put one of the available leaders, and let's see if can we march into here. We can. We'll march south. We need a leader. Need one that is not assigned to somewhere where they could rise up. We will take this one. Okay, let's send these south. They can also help in this war if they need to. And then this army, which needs cannons, can just have more cannons trained to support it. How are we doing on our force limit? We are slightly over the force limit, but not badly. Which means we probably, in between sessions, I'll probably see if I can build any more of these regimental force limit camps here to try to drive up our force limit. So, but with that, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see if we can't finish out this war in Africa and then get ready for our next war with Spain, which should be coming up soon. Thank you.